This is Oli. Hi. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Dream Grammar. Hello, hello, Princess Oli. Hi. Yes. So we are here. Uh, Thank you very much for your presence in this warm afternoon. Uh, we had a promise to meet each other, and yes, we are here in this good afternoon today. So before we fly into the topic for today, that's what I had said to you earlier, or discussing about Lincoln's later. I'd like to wait for some more minutes. I hope they are coming up. Yes, Simon Prasad. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, all of you. Yes, it's indeed a very good afternoon, a Saturday. Good afternoon. You are with your family members. I'm also here with my family members, and let's have a good timing today. A good setting, a good Saturday. So if others will be on the run, maybe now we would have to start up with the thing that we are talking. We had been talking yesterday. Okay, Tika Thapa, Nirjala Mainali. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Yes, you are all welcome here. We have been waiting for you. Wow. So, nice to see you all. So now, uh, this is what was the day I had been expecting to see you all, especially to all my school children. I was waiting for this day, and those are watching me from far and abroad. I would like to welcome you to this channel. And before I plunge into the lesson and talk to you about the different things that we are going to share today, let me first of all pass you all. Oh, namaste, namaste, Dream Gamer, namaste. Uh, Let me tell you that the lesson that we are doing today is on Lincoln's later. Uh, yes, I hope we'll be here for a good period of time and mostly very productive at the end. On top of it, before I start up, I'd like to, from the core of my heart, thank you very much for subscribing my channel and going through the videos. So while the others are on the way, I would like to start off with the session that I had promised you all, that I'll be staying with you on Saturday for a little but a very, very important reason, that is going through one of your lessons, the Lincoln's later. It's all about inspiration, it's all about personalities around the world, and there are personalities in everyone's life, okay, who could be their role models. I do have, yes. Now, when I'm talking about a role model, we are lucky to have a character here, Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of America. Okay, just hold on a while before I move forward. Let me get my gadgets here. Uh, I'm sorry if there is any technical issue coming up. I'm not a techno-friendly man, but my little boy has been helping me a lot. I would like to thank him as well. So I'm getting a side hooks from him, telling this and that. Thank you, little boy. Okay, so I was talking to you about personalities, how you develop your personalities. Now, this chapter in particular could be a turning point of your life for some of you, if you really take it seriously. Here you have one role model, Abraham Lincoln. You know, role models, they always help you to get guided to achieve your aim, to fulfill your desires, to fulfill your aims, to get you through ambitions of your life in a particular field. In order to understand this, either you have to work in groups, or you might sit alone in the four corners of your room and think about how you have been benefited, helped by such role models of your life. Everyone has. Everyone has. I do have. Now, I was talking to you about Abraham Lincoln, a very well-known figure, 16th President of the United States, who became the president in the year 1861 and then had a control over it, over the presidency till 1865. He did some very, very important things in life, which even we today remember all around the globe. Before him, the 15th was James Buchanan from 1875 to 1861. And after him, the 17th one was Andrew Johnson, who became in 1865 the President of the United States, and ruled up to 1869. But today we are talking about Abraham Lincoln. See, he was famous as a savior of the Union and for emancipation of the enslaved people in the United States. He was born on February 12, 1809, near Hodgenville, Kentucky, US. And he died on April 15, 1865 in Washington, D.C. He had a very normal life. Like his father's name was Thomas Lincoln, and his mother was Nancy Hanks. There were three children in the family, Sarah, Abraham, and Thomas. But Thomas died in his infancy. And I do think that you would like to know the height of Abraham Lincoln. He was 6 feet and 4 inches in his height, a very tall, slender figured man. Unluckily, when he was 9 years old, his mother died. It was a very sorry state of affair. But then, later, his father married Sarah Bush Johnston Lincoln, who became his angel mother. And his stepmother really loved him very, very much. She was very, very curious about education of Abraham Lincoln. Now, in his family, Abraham, uh, in November 4, 1842, remember the year, he got married to Mary Todd, and they had all boy children: Robert Todd, Edward Baker, William Wallace, and Thomas Tad, who was also called Tad. All the three could not live for long. Robert Todd only survived till adulthood. Edward Baker died at the age of 4, and William Wallace shorter followed the same path. Finally, Thomas survived. And it was for this Thomas Lincoln was very, very serious about his education. It's not only Abraham Lincoln. Round the globe, every father and every mother, let's say parents, they're really after their child's education. In the school, you're being taught always to do to your best, to obtain knowledge to your best. At home, you have good parental guidance. If the parents feel that they are not up to the level to guide the students, the words in the educational sector, they search for the guide. They keep the children in the tuition classes, in the coaching classes, so that the children may rise up to become a very, very promising character in future. It's every parent's interest, every parent's dream to see their child getting into perfection. And my dear classic students, with special reference to you, you are so lucky that your parents are hardworking and they really look after you in such a special way. They give more of their time to you for your studies. But are you aware of it? Are you serious about it? So there's another factor which I really wanted to talk to you about. How well educated are you being trained today in the school, at home, in your neighborhood? Now, summarizing all these concepts, I feel myself very lucky to be dealing with this particular chapter today here with you all. Lincoln's letter. Yes, most of you, those are watching this video now, you might be feeling, well, this is just a chapter given to us, and we have to sit in the examination and write something about it. No, my dear children, it's something more important than that. Remember, this letter may change your life. I was really interested to talk you this way because I really wanted a very, very good concentration of your mind when we would be going through this letter, and today has been the right opportunity. And thank you very much for your time that you have given to me. And yes, there are some who are saying, congratulations, sir. for your 1K. Okay, thank you very much. Happy Noob Gaming. Aha. Thank you very much for your comment. Well, it was all due to you people that I completed I secured my subscribing list and it has reached 1K. But it's not the number that comes to me. What comes to me is what if I have said something to you might bring some positive results and impacts in your life. That is more important. So now when we are going into the Lincoln's later, remember every word, every sentence has been so definitely defined and used in the later. So probably you'll be enjoying it through it, enjoying everything through it. And this could be one inspirational later for every one of you. Who knows? You might start searching for your role models from very today. So if it is so, my advance congratulations to you all. So now, without further delay, let's start Lincoln's Later. This letter was written by Abraham Lincoln to his son's teacher. Now, why he wrote it? Okay, why he wrote the letter? Why did he request his son's teacher to make his son understand what was written in the letter? What did Lincoln want to see in his child? And what were the other advices that were to be obtained by his son? So, probably Abraham Lincoln was very, very aware of the existing community, the people who surrounded his locality, and probably he expected something more from his growing up son. Well, we all expect it, even your parents. Now, he starts with, Dear Sir. He will have to learn, I know, that all men are not just, all men are not true. Yes. How often have you felt things happening in life passing through judiciously? How often have you felt, my question to you is, how often have you observed that all men are not just? You know, it's very, very difficult to be a judicious person in life. Because on both sides, you don't want to create any sort of problems. So be choosy. You have to learn to know that you are in a mixed community. You are in a crowd where mixed feelings are born. And there you'll be having different thoughts encircling your mind. You have a choice. You should be a just person. You should act judiciously. If something is true, yes, it's true. If something is black, yes, it's black. Don't say it's white to make someone else happy. Remember, live with your morality, live with your ethics. But teach him also that for every selfish politician there is a dedicated leader, and for every scoundrel there is a hero. politicians. Politics is played everywhere around the globe. It happens everywhere. It runs everywhere. Among your friends, among your peers, uh, in the class, in the country, and you have a leader for that. Unless someone raises a voice, unless someone raises a voice, a leader cannot be born. So a leader is there, but what kind of a leader? Dedicated leader. Politicians are selfish by nature. We know that fact. But a true leader never becomes selfish. And for the cause of your selfish activities, for the cause of your selfish aims, remember, you won't last long. There will be someone to catch you by the neck and hold you up in the crowd. And that day will be the most embarrassing moment of your life. And that person becomes a hero. Oh yes, there's someone telling me, Akriti Thakur, I remember you. Thank you very much. Good students are always remembered. Good afternoon. Now, teach him that for every enemy there is a friend. Remember, you have 5 fingers, another 5 fingers, total you have 10 fingers. Join them. Our respect is shown, right? That's how you show respect to others. But if you try to just put one side of your hand and then show that you have 5 fingers, where are you going to get the respect from? You have to show your respect. You got to show that you have another hand coming from somewhere else, okay? And then you join. That's how we show respect to others. And this respect will increase your friendship. This respect will return more respect to you. And remember that, teach him that for every enemy there is a friend. Oh, it's a very important sentence. Howsoever you are in the crowd, remember, there is always someone watching you, a foe or a friend. But you will have very few friends, you will have number of foes. And do not count the enemies to be weak by any means. Beware of the enemies. They have friends. It will take time. Yes, it will take time. Another thing is, Abraham Lincoln requests his teacher to teach his son that a dollar note is of far more value than a pound. Okay? Imagine yourself carrying some amount of money in your pocket. Okay. Go to the market, finish it, enjoy with it, and then you come back home. Your pocket is emptied. The next day, what happens? because you are not having a job of your own. Your parents, they give you a certain amount of money, you pocket it, and then you employ it at your own will. The next day, what happens? You need some money. You need to have some money because now you have grown into a habit of using your money, pocket money. So what happens? You start looking at someone, okay? Someone who could hand you some money. And then your expectancy increases day by day. And then you forget that you have to work for the money. So do not be easily fed through others' money. Work. Try to work. See, take an instance, for example, if you want some amount of money, 100 rupees, let's say, for example, do some, do complete some errands at home. Help your parents at home. Make them feel happy. And then ask your parents, I want this much amount of money. I have a certain task to complete. You will be readily parted away with that money. They will give you happily because you helped them. Okay, just sit idle, do nothing at home. Huh? Just brag your parents and then force them to give you some money for a good cause. But at that time also, you'll, you'll realize that at that particular time, you realize that your parents, they don't easily give you money. They throw a number of questions on you. Why? Why do you want it? Last time I gave you this much amount of money. What did you do with that? So what does it mean? It means you please work. You please try to learn to work. Learn to earn money. Once upon a time, let me tell you a story. My childhood stories. When guests usually used to come to my home, I used to be very, very happy because the next morning, before they would go from here, they, they would put some money in my pocket and say, hey, enjoy with this. I used to be very, very happy. So when usually guests used to come in my home during the evenings, I used to be very happy. I used to thank God for their presence. And early in the morning, I used to get up before the guests would part away, leave my home, and hover around them, move around them, in a pretext of doing this thing, that thing, other thing. Finally, they would notice me and say, hey, little boy, come here. What's going on? Are you studying? I would say, yes, I'll nod my head. And before leaving, they would give me something. I knew it is coming, but it's quite late. But then finally, uh, let's say, an amount of money would come in my pocket, I would grab it and then I would be very happy. Now, so, what happened one day? A very important guest entered our home late at night. So, I had to look after his needs. I even went to the extent of arranging the beds, putting on the mosquito nets and all. And finally, with a great hope, I went to bed. I slept. I started dreaming. Wow, tomorrow is my good day. Fine. But the next day, when I got up, yes, as usual, I performed my duties. I moved here and there. Okay? And then I was just, I mean, uh, moving from one room to another, trying to drag his attention towards me. And finally he called me with a great relief. Last he called me. And then with a great relief, I went nearby him and said, "Hello, uncle, good morning." "Good morning. So how are you boys, steady?" And, he, and I replied, "Yes, I'm trying my best." And then he spoke a sentence which I still remember today. "Okay, boy," that was what he said. "Do study well, be a good man, all right? And you have to be very, very highly educated. And remember, do not waste your time in other activities rather than study. And I have noticed you since morning, you are just hovering from one room to another. So settle down and study, give more time for studies." "Okay, I'm going right now. See you next year." Looked, he went. Well, that was a shock for me. I never expected it. He went. Okay, he went. That day, hmm, if I remember it well, I didn't smile at all. My mood was blown off. What to do? He gave me nothing. And that was the very day I had promised my friend that I would give him a treat. And now I had no money in my pocket because I was expecting some amount of money from that person. Okay? And if I could get it, I could go and give a good treat to my friend. I failed. I went to school. My friend caught me on the way and said, "Hey, boy, hey, Sati, it's your day, so you're going to give me a treat today." Well, I had a glum face. I said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I don't have any cash with me today." Well, we exchanged words. But something that they taught me that I should not be reliant on others. I should not be dependent on others. That destroyed, that would destroy me, and that destroyed my feeling of expecting from others. And that's what, it taught me that if I start expecting from others, my life would be like that. I'd be continuously expecting it from every single person that I would meet on the way. And I would practically doing with nothing from my side. So, happily, if someone offers you something, that's out of his or her kindness. And what are you going to do with that? I'm sure you're not going to put it into your bank account. You're going to use it lavishly. But something that you earn from your hard work, yes, you are really going to put it down in your records. And that's how you can change your life. Mhm. So, a dollar earned is of far more value than £5 given by someone. You know, there are many other things in connection to what I just spoke. Defeat and win. You should learn to lose, and also you should learn to enjoy while you're winning. We cry, we shed tears when we lose. And when we win, we remember no one. We feel that we are the most powerful person amongst all. Well, I think we should be aware that it was not because we did something and we became the winner. No, it was others who supported us to reach up to this point. And that's why you become a winner. Had it not been there other competitors, you would never be a winner. You would be a single solo person walking in the streets. For an example, when you run the 100-meter race, at least 7 to 8 participants are there. Now you start running. Okay? And then you become a winner because the others have failed to reach that point at a particular time which you had covered. So you are the winner. But the last person, stays back and cries. Why should he cry? Why should she cry? You know, the last person also should realize that, okay, it's my defeat. I have had a defeat. I should at least now work more to become a winner. The same thing applies to you, children. When you appear your examination papers, some of you come out with a big smile out of the door once the bell rings, and some of you come with a gloomy face, showing the signs of sadness. But this is improper, I would say. Yes, you faltered, you made a mistake, you made an error, you are not conscious about it. It's good. At least you have become aware of it. Come on, forget it. Next time is always there. Try. And next time, probably with all this experience, you will be a good winner. So, learn to lose and enjoy winning as well. Another factor in our life is the feeling of envy, a feeling of discontentment. And why do we become discontented in our life? Because it gets aroused by someone else's possession, qualities, or luck. We, we are jealous of others, looking at their possessions, qualities, and their good luck. Now, the desire to have this quality, possession belonging to someone else develops envious feeling in all. Avoid it. You are you. What you are the one. You are the one. Now, if you can teach him the secret of quiet laughter. You know what is quiet laughter? Soundless laugh. Something like this. Chuckling from inside. It includes giggling, tittering. Something like this. These are the secrets of quiet laughter. There is a saying, do not be so loud when you laugh and then make other persons look at you and take you to be insane. When we laugh, we should remember that laughter is a medicine for our health. But laughing loudly and disturbing the neighborhood is also a sign of problem inside you. Let's control it. But let's not forget that we are enjoying. We should enjoy as well. Let him learn early. The word early. Let him learn early that the bullies are the easiest to lick. Mhm. Bullies means oppressor, tormentor, intimidator. Okay? Like they are the easiest to lick. They can be garnered, they can be controlled over, they can be looked after in a very, very positive way. So, you know, when it says bullies are the easiest to lick, one who really tortures you, one who tries to oppress you, one who tries to bring you under your control, what is it that is making them do to you such things? So, Recline not much on them, but do not avoid them also. Try to live up to their feelings, but do not go away from them. Do not ignore them. You might fall into a big pit. Let him learn. Okay, teach him if you can the wonder of books. Yes, it's true. If you can remember, I've been talking to you about reading books. Books are in plentiful around us. So, when we are talking about books, of what genre? Okay, just a second. Up to your choice. I always, I always emphasize every one of you. Read books, read books. For what purpose? Just because you will be having a good knowledge regarding the world around you, the fauna and the flora, the current affairs, important facts, and which certainly you will enjoy through and would like sharing it among your friends. And that would definitely rank you the best amongst all. Sitting in one corner of the room and going through the books will make you fly through the different places of this world. You will reach to America, England, Brussels, Canada, Australia, huh? Bhutan, China, India. You have lots and lots of information. Well, if you do not want to go through those kinds of books, you have another choice, adventurous stories, or you can go through other stories, fiction, non-fiction. Read books. Books will be your favorite pastime because books will allow you in a quiet place. It will make you understand, it will make you fly through the eternal mystery of birds in the sky, bees in the sun, flowers on the green hillside. Wow, what a beauty the books carry. Now, when you are in the school, when you sit for the examination, teachers they say, hey, don't cheat. Otherwise you will be thrown out from the exam hall. Your papers will be torn. You will be rate marked. Why do they say so? Because it is far more honorable to fail than to cheat. Do not become a cheat. And for future, your teachers are telling you, don't become a cheat. Otherwise, the rest of your life will be spent on cheating, and one day you will be caught and you will be put behind the bars. Because as you grow up, your demands get multiplied. To fulfill those demands, the easiest way would be to cheat. And when you start cheating, you find yourself a very, very clever and a crafty person amongst the others. But because you learned nothing in your school days, then you will favor that path. But it will not have a good ending. It's better you fail. That's what the letter says. Fail. Next time you'll do better. Hmm? Because once you fail, at least you'll realize through what causes you failed. And you'll make the corrections of those causes. And then, yes, you will know that now I will be a successful person. But these things happen only for one cause. That is, you don't, we don't have faith in our own ideas. Develop our faith. We are just born. All of us are born with great brain with us. The only thing in life is we are not activating it. Some of us activate it, while most of us just remain idle and wait for the opportunities. Now, what happens? When you wait for the opportunities, it doesn't come to the right door, it goes somewhere else. And then you blame the fate. Hey, my fate is like this. I aren't getting any opportunities these days. But it's not that. Probably let's see the other side of the coin. Maybe, maybe we are not having the faith in our own ideas. We have wonderful ideas in us. Wonderful ideas. As a teacher today, when I visit the classrooms and teach, what I find is my children have superb ideas than what I have in me. And during the teaching and the learning process, I have calculated it. My children are more intelligent at their age. When I was of your age, I wasn't this intelligent, children, but I made myself work hard. So I didn't know that I had to believe in my ideas. When I tried it, I often failed it, and I left it halfway. And when I opened it in front of the crowd, they used to say, "That's not going to work." And I believed in them. So I failed with most of my experiments. But now, what I would like to suggest to you all is, hey, you're born with new ideas, huh? Why don't you apply your ideas? Why don't you have faith in your own ideas? Why don't you prove to the world that you're something? A newborn child, a newborn individual, going to do something for the world. So even if anyone tells that you are wrong, leave it aside. Leave that statement aside. Go on trying it. Until and unless finally from all the four angles you find yourself that it's not going to work. Okay, till then you try. Who knows? One of your ideas may be able to change the world. Do not forget to try. So, in order to follow that path, to try with your own ideas, you will be coming in touch with people with different mentalities. Some gentle, some tough. Be gentle with the gentle people, but do not be a lamb in front of those who try to act smart and tough. Because you have a faith in your ideas, you need to prove that you are okay with your ideas. So if even somebody tries to be smart and tough against you, beware. Show them what you can. Be tough with the tough ones. Okay, so this is the time now where you should start gathering your strength. And why should you gather your strength? It is because you are not supposed to follow the crowd when everyone is getting on the bandwagon. Now, this bandwagon is a slang. It is an activity that has become very, very popular these days, okay, which is ready to change your opinion to one that has become very popular so that you can be a part of its success. Now, teach him to give strength not to follow the crowd when everyone is getting on the bandwagon. If something is going very popular, remember there is something there. Follow after it. Catch the market, catch the trademark. At least that is going to give you a good guideline. But listen to all men. Listen to everyone. Do not ignore anyone. At the same time, please filter all that you hear on the screen of truth. Screen of truth. The real fact about something. Huh? It's a real fact of something that should be caught by you. Just do not rely on the whispers that fly in the air. Because it's very rare that whispers they carry truth in them. Teach him, if you can, how to laugh when he is sad. Yes. After happiness comes sadness, and after sadness comes happiness. That's the cycle of our life. But how many of us really think about this in depth? Let me tell you today. When you are totally sad, you are submerged in your total sadness. You feel that it's not going to come to an end. And then you start worrying over it. And that makes you feel that it's a long time that you have to proceed with this kind of sadness. And when you are happy, you are so much enlightened, you become so happy that you forget everything around you and find yourself that time is too short for happiness. But to be precise, let me tell you that even in your sadness you can be happy. Huh? Just feel it. Okay, this is a cycle. Happiness and sadness is a part of life. Today I am in the sadness mood. Yes. But definitely after this, happiness is going to come. So let me be very, very optimistic. And when happiness comes, be careful. Oh, I should not be flying too much into this. Because I know I have to be prepared for my sadness that's coming very soon. If you can balance this situation, yes, your life will run very, very smooth. Any problem that will come in your life will automatically be very much solved easily. Because you are neither excited during your happiness, nor you are too much saddened by the plights that you are carrying with. And there is no shame in tears. Well, I have often found most of my friends crying in solitude. They do not want to shed tears in front of the public because they are ashamed of it. But if you are really sad, you see, break open your tears wherever you are. Be open to shed tears. There is no shame in tears because those tears are the tears of your ignorance. Next time, instead of those tears, you'll be smiling. So if you have made an error in life, accept it. Accept it. Another thing is there, like when we have a pride in us, some of us carry that. We speak to someone or about something in a very scornful manner, and we mock, we ridicule. So these are the expressions so that we might feel ourselves in the upper platform. We scoff at them. But scoff to those people who are cynics. And cynics are those people who believe that people are motivated purely by self interest rather than acting for honorable or unselfish reasons. Selfishness and unselfishness, these are the two things. Some, they act, okay, they do not go for their honorary activities. They do not go for their unselfish motives. For these groups of people, remember, we need to ridicule, we need to mock at them, we need to teach them a lesson that becoming selfish in life is not getting into placency. It's unfair. This is one thing. And most of us don't do this part of activities in our life because we want to have too much sweetness in our language. And that's not going to be practical. That is remaining and killing yourself away from your inborn ethics and morality. Remember, you should be able to speak very, very clearly that if someone is wrong, yes, he is wrong. If someone is correct, yes, he is correct. If someone needs something, yes, that should be given. So these were the things that Abraham Lincoln wanted his son to learn. After going through all these, he comes to the bottom and says, teach him to sell his talents and brains to the highest bidder, but never to put a price tag on his heart and soul. Yes. Your parents have been working hard, lavishly spending amount of money, a huge amount of money on your education just for one cause, to make you the most talented person to work with your brain. So after you have completed your academic education, what have you planned? What are you planning now? Remember, you have your education certificates, academic certificates in your bag, and then you start searching for a job. And you start searching for a job. Why do it that way? Why not make yourself capable and let someone knock at your door to offer you the job? Because you are talented. So be talented and let them come to you. Do not go for a little sum of money knocking at someone's door and bag the position. For that, you need to rectify everything that you are currently not cultured with, not activated with. Correct your mistakes, correct your errors, correct your ways of looking through life. Read, learn, progress in studies, make yourself an able figure. And then one day, what you will be, what you will find, that you are you are not selling your talents. Your talents will be bought. It should not be sold. Your talents will be bought, and your brains will go for the highest bidder, the one who can pay you more. You will go to that person. And you are not the one to put a price tag on someone's heart and soul. Don't go and say that if you pay me this much, I'll work here. No. That person should, the one who gives you the job should say, I'll pay you this much. Please come to me. So, teach him to close his ears to a howling mob and to stand and fight if he thinks he is right. The third paragraph, final sentence says, in the crowd there remains a group of people who decides to meet the community. In a crowd, there always remains a group of people, never forget this, to meet the community, and they are mobilized by someone else. Remember, one who comes and starts making a noise, raising a voice, they are mobilized by someone else. For example, the social media. And they perform unusual acts in the public. Unusual acts. And in regards to those unusual acts, you rush. You start rushing. You never think, how far is it correct? How far is it good for me to run there? You just run. And you land up in different pitfalls. Then, after falling down, you get up and say, oh no, I made a mistake. So what you do is, stand firm and fight if you think that you are right. Do not let others pump you up like a ball. When you pump it, it will grow round. You go on pumping it, it will burst. It will burst. Don't be that. Hold on how much you can hold. And then when you are sufficient with it, speak out. Now, children, maybe when you are in the school or still you are somewhere else, studying, some of your teachers may still be scolding you, pinching you, shouting at you, okay? Scolding you. Why do they do so is because they are not trying to cuddle you up. If they cuddle you, you'll never learn the facts of life. Now, for an example, okay, to a growing little child, an infant, allow the child. The child tries to touch each and everything, every object present in the room. It might go to the extent of touching the hot lamp that is glowing in the room because there is no electricity. Now you tell the child, hey, don't touch it. No, the child ignores you and then goes and touch it and then it hurts it, it burns its finger and it cries in pain. Now, next day also, that next evening also, that child tries to touch that lamp. Give a pat on it, it cries. But it knows that it had made a mistake yesterday. So it's not going to do it. So do not expect cuddleness. Well, you are always taught in a very, very gentle manner, but you shall never be cuddled. You might be scolded. Because only the taste of the fire makes fine steel. You are all blunt. That is what we all say. We are sharpening you. And in order to sharpen you, you need to be heated up. Sometimes the extent of heating you up, we teachers sometimes become an act rough on you. But that is for your goodliness. You know, there is one thing, patience and impatience. Develop the habit of obtaining the courage inside you to be impatient sometimes. You have to have the patience of being brave because the result will be a very, very good one. With all these teachings, with all these theories of surviving in life, Abraham Lincoln writes a letter to his son's teacher, ultimately asking the teacher to let his son know that my son should have a sublime faith in himself. Yes, definitely. Faith, that's the most important thing that should come in you. If you have faith, nothing can stop you from moving across the globe. Faith. Develop that faith. How are you going to develop that faith? Through all those things that we just discussed in the class. And once you have that faith in you, you will build a sublime faith in the humankind. Because we are human beings. We live in a crowd. We live with other human beings. So, this is what it teaches us, that for the sake of humanity, we should survive. Yes, you are very small now. You are just little kids. especially when I'm at this, what I'm referring to is with all my students of class 8 and those who are looking, those who are listening to me from around the other parts of the globe. These things practically work in your whole life, and it goes on working till you breathe your last. But these things will change your future if you can follow all these things. Forget the feeling of jealousy. Learn to smile. Learn to have a quiet laughter. Be careful of the bullies. Do not join and climb on the bandwagon without understanding anything. Try to find out the screen of truth. Be careful of the cynics and always close your ears to a howling mob. These things will definitely change the way what you are thinking now. And a person like Abraham Lincoln, who lived by these principles, he became famous for emancipation of enslaved people in the United States. So he wanted the teacher to guide the child on concealing his sadness and laugh through tears. He felt the teacher to be his son's protector, guardian, custodian. And that's why Abraham Lincoln's letter it really carries a very, very deep and well experienced feelings that everyone should learn through life. So now you can feel yourself. You can ask a question. In the beginning of my session, I had said that many people are inspired by personalities from around the globe because those personalities, they become their role models. I don't know, but if you have understood through this later, how many of you would take Abraham Lincoln as your role model? Think on it. So I think now, okay, do you excuse me? 2 minutes, just a minute break, okay? Thank you for the wait. As I had said earlier, I'm not much techno friendly, so now I have come to the end of this session. Thank you very much for attending this session today with me. I do hope that in near future, through your comments that you would be posting up in this video, we will be meeting again, and probably as far as I have tried my best to give to you, if there had been anything which was not very much up to your mark, I would like you to give me suggestions in the suggestion box, for which I would always welcome you all. And now it's time. My session is over. Thank you very much. Have a good Saturday evening. See you. Thank you very much. Thank you all for getting this channel subscribed as well as giving me round the clock support because most of you are watching it on a regular basis. So this is what we had to talk about, and thank you very much. Have a nice time. Bye bye.